just wanted to clear up there are some differences in the most recent SDK. It used to look a bit more like this. Now you're going to see something like this. So I wanted to show how that works and also show how avatars can be uploaded and clear up some other confusion. So this is going to be a long, very complete tutorial. First issue I see people having is getting the wrong version. This is a bit confusing. The easiest way to do this, you're going to start with this link. We're going to skip that option. We're going to download the Unity Hub here. You're going to have to make a Unity account at some point. It's free. Just choose the free version. Say you don't use it professionally. Go through this. You're going to need that later. And then you're going to install the Unity Hub. I already have it installed, so I'm going to skip ahead. We're just going to click this to this. There's no options. I'm going to skip ahead. Already installed it. Even this looks like this, but this is going to be blank. We're going to go to installs. This is going to be blank for you. And you're going to click add. Actually, no, sorry. This is another step that confuses people, and myself apparently. This menu does not have the right version. You will not find it on this list. The only way to do it is to go back to this document and click right here. That's going to open up the right version in the Unity Hub. It'll take a moment. You might have to approve it depending on which browser you have. And what you're going to see, sorry, I'm just showing you what you're going to see is these check marks. You don't need any of these. You can install them if you want, but what you do need if you want to upload anything for the Quest, you do need to check the Android build support and then click install. And that'll take a while to install. I'm going to skip ahead because I have an install already. Alright, so we're going to go back to projects. This is going to be blank for you. After it's done installing, you shouldn't have any other options to need to do. You're going to come back to projects, click new. First of all, sorry, this isn't the right version. Okay, I'll do that again. If you have multiple versions installed, you have to pick this one. It's listed over here exactly which version you need. Create a new project. It's that version. Name it the VRChat SDK. You can name it desktop because it's a good way to do it is to have a different project for both Quest and desktop, which is a pain, but it's you're gonna make, if you're gonna upload lots of them, it's easier that way. 3D patient, that works. Create the project. Now, step 3, download the VRChat SDK. This adds another step. I mentioned we needed a Unity account. That's free, but you're going to have to make it. You're also going to have to make an account. You're going to have to make an account on VRChat.com. If you started on Steam or Oculus Home, you can create a VRChat account through there, but it doesn't work for this website and it doesn't work for uploading avatars. So you need to create an account here. Once you've done that, log in. Here's the link. Download VRChat SDK. We're going to download that. Once we get that, you just click on it. So long as you have Unity running and you're in the right Unity version, this will pop up. You just click import. I'm not going to do that right now because that's going to take a few minutes. So I prepared this earlier, trying to keep things quick without me having to edit everything. There we go. Something else I should mention while we're waiting, this account link button. If you started on Steam, you're going to use this thing. You can learn how to do that, but you need to have some sort of privileges, like some amount of time spent in the game. I'm not going to go into that, but before you can upload avatars, it has to do with your account. You might have to do this step as well. Anyway, I'm going to go back to Unity. This should be updated by the time I upload this video, but a few of these things I'm saying are off. But anyway, you can go to this guide, and the other guy is creating your first avatar. Both of these. So anyway, I open up the wrong one. But this is just me skipping ahead. Alright, so this is what you're going to see, more or less. You might have another tab over here. You might have to click over the inspector because we're going to use that later. First thing you do, show control panel. That's where everything is now. We got rid of the other things. You're going to see the splash screen come up. You can X out of that. So type in your details here. It seems to have issues with spaces in your username. You can use your email address in this username field if you have issues logging in, and then typing in your password and sign in. It might be glitchy. It might not give you a notification when your password's wrong. It might just have nothing happen when you click the login button. So be aware of that. You go over to your builder. This error just means we haven't put an avatar into Unity yet. So we're ready to do that at this point. So I have this example. It's in the description. We're going to download that. That's another Unity package. They're all going to be Unity packages. Something to note, if you're going to be using like dynamic bones or shaders, custom shaders, you want to import them first. It makes things a lot easier. You might get pink, the model might be pink. If you can import the shaders first, then you have to delete the model and re-import it once you have the shaders. So I'm just going to click it and get this import thing. It's going to be a lot faster this time. And let's see. I'm going to go into that folder. There's going to be a bunch of random junk here. If the person who made the avatar set it up, there would be one of these icons. It could have any name. It might be in this folder or that folder. But you want to double click on this icon. I know it has this image here, and you could drag this onto the screen and set up the avatar yourself. But if the person who set it up with, I don't know, animations or shaders or things like that, dynamic bones, you'll only get that by opening this scene out. So now we'll see we have something. There's a few issues with this, which often happen. One issue is this should be blank. If this isn't blank, you're going to get an error about the blueprint when you try to upload it, because someone else's blueprint is in there and you don't have access to that account. So you just click the detach button if there's something there. Anyway, another issue. I didn't put the texture on there. I fixed that before I uploaded. That's something up to do. Okay. What else? Something to note. If you want to, you can scale it. Some of the other things you do here won't affect how things are in game. You can scale it, and it'll affect in game, but you'll also have to change the view height, which is this little sphere. I don't want to get too in depth into customizing things, but you can adjust all kinds of things and learn about that. What am I getting to? Uploading it. So, show control panel, filter, and it might show you an error here. It might say it's not humanoid, in which case you have to click on this, click select, go to model, or go to rig, set it to humanoid, or click configure and fix things. There's all kinds of things to learn. I'm not going to go into all of it. One of the things to note is the performance. If we're going to upload it to Quest, we're going to need a version that's optimized. This looks like it's going to work great on Quest. It's less than 5,000 triangles. It doesn't have other issues. A lot of these little things you can ignore. So, okay, build and publish. This takes a while. Actually, I'm going to cancel it. If you want to cancel out of this, click the play button. I just wanted to note, well, first of all, these are where the options settings are. Now, you should, if you're new to this, uncheck future-proof publish. It'll help out making the uploads quicker and has no real function. Anyway, I could open publish. One issue that people were having, I intentionally made this a smaller window, because you might see something like this. There's supposed to be a button there that says upload, and it's been cropped off because of another bug. Hopefully they fix soon. If you have the small screen and you have this issue, you can click window layouts. You can try some of these other ones. The tall should work. If you don't see the upload button and this play button is indented, you need to switch over to the game tab, or you can also click window and then click game to switch to it. So, okay, we're going to name it. The description is very important. Private and public are just the clonability of this. And then you have to check that. I'm not going to change the camera, but you can adjust that. So I'm going to do that. And then click upload. This should take a short time. You go and check the future-proof publish button in the settings. I want to note you have to upload separately the Quest and PC versions, even if, like in this case, the PC version is optimized enough for Quest. Even though it would run fine on Quest, it needs to be built separately. So there's no indicator anywhere here that I've just uploaded to PC. The only way we know that is by clicking File and going to Build Settings. Right here, it has that Unity icon next to PC, Mac, and Linux standalone. There's only really two options we're going to pay attention, and that's this one and the Android one. This is going to go on desktop for VR users and PC users that are and then Android build is going to be for Quest users. So when you click switch platform, it will switch to whichever ones that's selected. This can be a very lengthy procedure, switching between the two. So if you did it for every time you upload an avatar, it's a pain. So I'm going to show a different way to do it. But that's what you do. You click switch platform. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to copy this and make sure I don't get a space in there. New line, I just want that code, and copy it, and I'm going to create an entirely new project. Alright, I don't want to spend all the time, so I'm going to delete this, pretend I made an entirely new project, and then imported the VRChat SDK, and I named this other project for VRChat SDK for Quest. Now I go to build settings, I click over to Android, I click switch platform, and it takes a while. And then I'm only going to do this once, because I'm going to switch projects every time you create a new cross-platform avatar. Alright, it doesn't take that long because we didn't have much going on. Just delete what I had there. Okay. If you have like tons of stuff here, it's going to take a while to switch platforms. Anyway, so I'm going to go back and get this avatar, the same package. It's the exact same thing. I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to open it the same way I did. And whoops. Gotta fix that quick. Alright, so here's the important part. You need to put in the same blueprint ID that you had on the other one. The PC and Android versions have to have the same blueprint ID. So I'm going to paste that in and click attach. You might have to click detach first if that was an issue with the previous one, like we talked about earlier. So now you can go to control panel. Now you have to go to builder and upload this again. Here's an issue you might run into. It's really easy to fix. So you'll find the material here. You can find it easier by clicking on this twice until you get to the mesh, which should be named body. There might be a lot of them. You might have to learn a bit more depending on what you're converting for Quest. But let me be clear. I'm scrolling down to where this is. This is the materials. There might be several of these. My point is that you need to click where it says shader. And you might have a lot of options here, but you want to go down to VRChat, mobile, and then pick any one of these. Attunement and diffuse are probably what people are going to pick. It looks alright. And I can get the same level of quality as you can on desktop. These are the shaders you're limited to for Quest. Save scene. Okay, I click, it only updates this menu when you click back into it. So I click back into it. It has no red errors. It's ready to upload. I build and publish. And remember, since I clicked the attach and pasted the blueprint in, it's already got this information filled in. It's got the picture. Upload image is not checked. It's got the name, description. all you have to do is click check mark. If you don't see this, you need to go back and paste the blueprint ID in from the other upload you did for PC. And then you click upload, and once this finishes, we're done. There are a few other issues I wanted to go into, like the content manager is going to have all of your avatars. You can go through here, and so I can find Nutcracker somewhere. Anyway, you click copy ID, and then you paste it in here. And next time you upload, you overwrite the specific avatar with whatever this is. Anything else? I think that's all. I know there are issues with logging in. There are issues with the size of the screen. I think I've gone through everything that can go wrong. That's it.